The next topic we are going to discuss is locking. Now JPA supports both optimistic as well as pessimistic locking. We are not going to discuss locking in detail, but let's consider a simple locking strategy of versioning. So let's consider the example over here. So over here, user A and user B are trying to update the same record at the same time. User A is interested in changing the case number and user B is interested in changing the location. So the first thing is, both the users read the record from the database. Then user A tries to change the case number from B2 to B9 and user B tries to change the location to West. If the processing for user A is faster, then changes made by user A are committed first. So over here, B2 changes to B9, and then if the processing for user B happens, then the location is set to West. So clearly a wrong cache has been assigned a wrong location. So concurrent updates can lead to wrong data being stored. So let's find a solution to this. So over here, we have introduced a new column which will store the version. So over here, first of all, both the users read the record. The version is 0 right now. Then whenever an update occurs, the version number is incremented. So over here, when user A changes B2 to B9, the JPA provider changes the version number to 1. Now, if any other user tries to change the record, it first checks whether the read record has the same version number. Since over here the version number has been changed to 1 and over here the read record had version of 0, the changes won't get committed. So user B will get an exception when he tries to commit changes. The management of the version field is done internally by the JPA provider. You do not have to manually set the version, neither do we have to check it ourselves over here. So let's add this new column to the case table. So over here, let's go to the database. Let's alter the table, and over here let's add the new column. The name can be anything. Let's name it version, and the type is, let's select int over here, and the default value, let it be 0. Let's apply. Let's close this off and let's see the sample data over here. As you can see, the version field is 0 right now. Let's create the column in the cache entity over here. So over here, let's type private int version, and we have to specify the version annotation. And that's the only thing you have to do, specify the version annotation and the version field. JPA internally takes care of updating the field only if the version number is same as it was read previously. So over here, let's try out this example. Let's read one record, entity manager dot find, and let's find cache class, cache.class. Let's find the record with an ID of 2, which is the record over here, second one, and then let's assign this to a cache. Let's create a local variable. So let's change the cache number over here, c.set cache number. Let's change this to B9, and that's all we have to do. Let's run this example, right click, select run. Let's check the workbench. So over here, let's refresh this, and as you can see, the version field has been updated. So management of the version field is done by the JPA provider. You do not have to manually do that.